So, hallo und herzlich willkommen zurück zu einer weiteren Runde Genshin Impact. Heute geht's weiter mit Cynos Legendenauftrag. Wir sind hier direkt vor der Akademie. Wir sollen ja dieses Empfehlungsschreiben zurückbringen. Oh, sogar einen Typen, mit dem wir erst gesprochen hatten, aufgrund des
Hello, we
Auftrags.
meet again.
Hallo, wir haben
How's the
tatsächlich
investigation
Antworten.
going?
Du hast Nabil den Brief von Cyno gegeben.
Oh, so you were able to find Cyno after all. I hope he's doing all right.
Er ist so wie immer.
I read the letter and must admit that I hadn't expected things to be so serious. Sorry. Had I known it would be so dangerous, I never would have gotten you two involved.
It's all right. We wanted to help Cyno too.
I can tell that he really trusts you. The research files stored away in the restricted repository are far from ordinary. Everything there is essentially about dangerous research that's forbidden by the academia. Even I don't usually have authorization to enter, but with this letter from Cyno, it shouldn't be a problem.
Verbotene Forschungen.
That's right. Granted, the academia is very supportive when it comes to research. They encourage scholars to conduct all kinds of studies. However, some forms of research have proven to be so dangerous that the Matra have to step in and put a stop to them. Normally, after some particular research becomes prohibited, the majority of the related files will be destroyed. But some information may be retained as a record to warn later researchers. Such information is kept in the restricted repository, which is heavily guarded. Follow me, I'll show you. Hopefully, we'll find the answers that Cyno is looking for.
The restricted repository. Sounds kinda dangerous. We'd better keep an eye out.
Okay. Nee, das war nicht das Richtige. Warte, jetzt bin ich verwirrt. Nein, das ist die Archon-Quest. Die machen wir jetzt noch nicht. Hier. Genau.
No time to lose.
Hallo, Child, bitte. Danke. So. Das ist das Archiv, ja? Oh ne. Mit ihm hier. Nabil hat dem Archivar die Situation erklärt. Oh, es gibt mehr als alle Elfen?
Since Cyno is vouching for you, I suppose we can trust you. You may browse the information regarding the Court of Desolation. Ask me if you have any questions. But I'd suggest avoiding any other research files. Sometimes the less you know, the better.
Okay, eine Geheimtür. Lol.
So this is the restricted repository. I never thought I'd see the inside of it. This is a first for both you and me.
Du solltest Cyno danken.
There are many who do not openly converse with others within the academia. But even so, there are very few who I feel could be trusted with a real secret. Cyno happens to be one of them. Even though he's no longer in the academia, I still trust him. And that goes for anyone he trusts as well. The files are over there. Just make it quick.
Okay. Anleitung zur Interpretation vertraulicher Dokumente. Aufzeichnungen eines Berichts über einen Redelehre-Gelehrten, der wegen des Entzifferns verbotener Dokumente zu einer Gefängnisstrafe verurteilt wurde. Okay. Hier ist noch was. Ah, versiegelte Materialien, Hof der Trübsal. Trotz wiederholter Verbote wurde die Forschung zum Hof der Trübsal in den letzten 10 Jahren fortgesetzt. Die Forschung der Geschichte des Hofs der Trübsal ist in 3 Hauptphasen unterteilt: dokumentarische Forschung, Untersuchung und Fanatismus. Die früheste Phase der Untersuchung ist die relativ einfache dokumentarische Forschung mit geringen Gefahren. Die Ergebnisse dieser Forschungsphase zeigen, dass im Hof der Trübsal Schätze verborgen sein könnten, die mit Leben und Tod zu tun haben. Hier kommt auch das Gerücht über die Auferstehung der Toten auf. Was folgt, ist eine langwierige Untersuchungsphase, da alle Dokumente zum Standort des Hofs der Trübsal vage sind. Wurde er bisher noch nicht gefunden. Zahlreiche Forscher haben mit großem Aufwand nach dem Hof gesucht, aber sie haben nur einige wenige verbliebene Steintafel gefunden, auf denen es geschrieben wurde. Der Eintritt in den Hof der Trübsal kostet das Leben. Schnell kristallisierten sich zwei unterschiedliche Interpretationen des Satzes heraus. Einige glaubten, das kostet das Leben der Schlüssel zum Eintritt des Hofs der Trübsal sei, während andere behaupteten, dass dies die Bedingung für das Erscheinen des Hofs der Trübsal sei. Da der Hof der Trübsal nie entdeckt wurde, wurde die letztere Ansicht allmählich allgemein anerkannt. Infolgedessen wurden viele Forscher in kürzester Zeit so wahnsinnig, dass sie ihr eigenes Leben opferten, in der Hoffnung, dass der Hof der Trübsal erscheinen würde. Da die einschlägigen Forschungen somit immer bedrohlicher wurden, unterlagen sie schließlich einem eindeutigen Verbot. Aber auch danach setzte eine große Menge Gelehrter der Akademie ihre Forschung im Geheimen fort. Erst nach der Verhaftung von 7 Gelehrten, darunter auch Murtada Radkani, kamen die Forschungen zum Hof der Trübsal erneut zum Erliegen.
Whoa, there's a lot to read here. Have you found anything yet?
Der Name dieses Forschers scheint irgendwie vertraut. Ach ja.
It reminds Paimon of Cyno's former partner.
His former partner? That would be Taj Radkani. But you're not far off. Murtada Radkani was Taj's only son.
What? Taj's son went to prison for researching the Court of Desolation?
Why do you sound so surprised? You're a Matra, aren't you?
It's just that they arrested him in secret, so it was never publicly known. All I knew was that Taj's son was taken to prison. It's not just me. I bet even Cyno didn't know about it.
Können wir Murtada besuchen?
No. Unfortunately, there isn't. He took his own life not long after he went to prison. You've heard about Taj, right? I know Nabil has. Every Matra knows him. I would say he's probably pushing 50 this year, which makes him one of the most experienced Matra. He is a man of integrity and honesty, and has made countless achievements. His reputation goes back a long way now. He used to be Cyno's only partner. Taj is also skilled with the polearm, so the two of them used to practice together when they weren't out on a mission.
Ah, right. I heard Cyno mention that before. But one day, Taj suddenly decided to retire from active duty and transfer to an administrative position. I wonder if it had anything to do with the Murtada incident.
Taj was already very well known by the time Murtada was born. So when Murtada came to study at the Academia, everyone had high expectations of him. He had to face a lot of pressure. Then he had an unpleasant dispute with his father, but they were eventually able to work things out. Not long after they had reconciled, Murtada was caught studying the Court of Desolation, which is in violation of Academia rules. Taj arrested his son and put him behind bars. He begged for leniency, but Taj wouldn't agree. Shortly after, Murtada slit his own throat with the pieces of a broken bowl. By the time Taj arrived at the scene, it was already too late.
Oh,
He
shit.
never had a last chance to see his son.
Das klingt
Since then,
echt scheiße.
Taj has been periodically coming to the repository. He'll hold the files from his son's research with a remorseful look on his face. I guess that's why he chose to move to administrative work.
I had no idea that happened. That must be really hard for Taj. I've never heard him mention that to anyone.
That's awful. Paimon feels terrible now. Are you okay, Traveler?
Hat Taj Murtadas Forschungen gelesen?
Wait, don't tell me you're starting to suspect Taj now. Impossible. Taj would never do that. I mean, yes, he does have a big reputation and has access to such research, but this is Taj we're talking about. He would never do anything against regulations. Never.
But if you claim that the canned knowledge was originating from the Academia, then Taj is indeed a suspect. Because he was the only one who could have recently gone through research files about the Court of Desolation. There are so many files about those ruins that it would be difficult to restart any research, since the 7 original researchers were put behind bars. It's hard enough just trying to make sense of these files. However, if the files were made into canned knowledge, they could be understood immediately. By doing so, one could restart the research outside the academia without anyone ever noticing.
But even so,
According to the legends, the treasures inside the Court of Desolation could allow someone to see beyond life and death, or even bring the dead back to life, right? So maybe Taj is trying to bring Mortada back. Though I don't really believe Taj would ever try to do something like that. I'm just telling you what I know. It's the job of the Matra to find the truth and track down criminals. Do you have any questions? If not, it'd be best if you would leave now.
Paimon's kinda confused. What should we do from here?
Wir sollten uns noch mal woanders umhören.
oh, now that I think about it, Cyno suspected that the canned knowledge was coming from within the academia, right? There's no way so many boxes could ever get through without drawing any attention. Maybe we could try asking people around the gate of the academia and see what we can find. Don't worry, Tosh. I won't let your reputation be tarnished.
Alrighty then, let's go ask around.
Aber ich darf mich hier noch umsehen, ja? Perfekt. Nicht hat hinten die ganze Zeit was schimmern gesehen. Ah, Forschungsdaten zur mechanischen Lebensform. Da würde ich gerne mit reingucken. Das war ja in Tenaris Legendenauftrag. Aufzeichnungen eines Berichts über einen Stoffkundegelehrten, der von der Akademie verwiesen wurde, weil er mechanische Lebensformen studierte. Oh, das war jetzt nicht sonderlich aufschlussreich. Aber generell finde ich hier diese Archive richtig cool. Mit den ganzen Bücherregalen hier, so, das ist schon nice. Ach, keine Ahnung, ich mag das irgendwie. Aber dann mal raus. So, dann fragen wir mal nach den Warenlieferungen. Und da haben wir anscheinend 2 Anlauforte. Ich finde die Akademie immer noch so schön. Ne? Es ist so schade, dass die Drahtzieher hinter dem ganzen Kram, der jetzt hier in Sumeru passiert ist, einfach die Weißen der Akademie sind.
Excuse me. Have you seen any large shipments of goods leaving the academia recently?
Huh. Well, yes, but isn't that pretty normal? The academia consumes so many resources each day, everything from cooking ingredients, raw materials, even equipment for experiments. It's normal for goods to be coming in and out.
Right, but we're looking for shipments with a Matra seal. Have you seen any like that?
That I'm not too sure of. I normally wouldn't notice whether the goods have any seals or not. Maybe you should ask someone else.
Okay. Da hat wohl niemand was gesehen. Dann reden wir mal mit ihm hier, der gerade aufgetaucht ist.
Excuse me. Have you seen any large shipments of goods leaving the academia recently?
No, not that I'm aware of. Perhaps you could ask someone else?
Okay, keiner weiß was, auch verdächtig. Oh, erkundige dich bei den Wachen. Unten. Hier.
Excuse me. Have you seen any large shipments of goods leaving the academia recently?
Huh? Why do you ask?
I'm just checking to ensure nothing unusual has happened.
Well, I can't say it's unusual, but I did notice something. There's a Kashar researcher who's been making frequent shipments recently. Dozen of large boxes each time, if not more. When I asked him about it, he said they just contained a bunch of old worn-out machines. The Kashar used to often sell scrap machines to traveling merchants, so I didn't really think anything of it. But he's been making a lot of shipments lately. There weren't ever so many outdated machines before.
And you didn't find that suspicious? Why didn't you report it for inspection?
Well, the boxes were stamped with a Matra seal. Why should I bother? Of course, I did start to wonder about the seal once, thinking that maybe they forged it or something. But you know what happened? A man named Taj came here and told me that he'd already inspected the goods personally and ordered me to leave the researcher alone.
Drin, leider.
I couldn't question his word, could I?
Impossible. There must be some sort of mistake. There's no way Taj would ever...
Bitte beruhig dich.
No, I won't believe it. Taj is an honorable man. Someone must be trying to frame him. Wait, I know another Matra who works with Taj. I can ask him to let us speak with Taj.
Geht er jetzt zu Cyno? Oh. Never mind.
As I've already told you, I don't have any way to contact Taj. A few Eremites showed up looking for Taj yesterday, and he met with them in his office. I was standing outside of the door, and I vaguely heard them say, "Found it." Before I realized it, the door opened, and Taj left with the group of them. I noticed that he had also changed into Eremite attire. But Taj didn't come to work today, so I've also started to feel a little concerned about the whole thing. If you'd like to speak with him, maybe you can try visiting his home. He lives just on the outskirts of Sumeru City.
A group of Eremites? Could Taj really be the one making all the canned knowledge?
No way. Taj is just like Cyno. They're considered heroes among the Matra. There is no way that he would...
Wir sollten zuerst Taj zu Hause gehen. So.
Fine. Looks like there's no other choice.
Hey, don't let it get to you just yet. We'll get to the bottom of this once and for all.
Gut, dann sehen wir uns bei Tajs Haus. So, hier ist das Haus. Mal sehen, was wir finden.
This is Taj's place. There doesn't seem to be anyone here.
Well, what should we do then? Do we break in?
No. Wait, the door's unlocked. Did Taj leave in a hurry? Well, anyway, we're still not sure if he's the real culprit. Probably not a good idea to go in without permission.
Wir haben sowieso keine andere Wahl.
You're right. Even if we apply for a warrant now, we won't be able to do anything until tomorrow at the earliest. This is an emergency. I just hope Taj doesn't mind.
Ich habe Tajs Haus betreten und es durchsucht.
What's this?
It's a paper full of names written on it. Oh, and a map. Nabil, can you make any sense of this?
Yes, this is definitely Taj's handwriting. These papers look like records. These are the transactions between Taj and some other people. From the look of the numbers, the scale of this smuggling case is absolutely massive. The whole operation involves more than 300 people, including dozens of celebrities. These are famous scholars, merchants, mercenaries. I have a feeling that Cyno might be unaware of what he's up against. There's no way anyone could face such a large organization on their own.
Vielleicht weiß er es, aber er wird sich nicht zurückziehen.
You're right. That's just who he is. As for the map, it appears to indicate the location of the Court of Desolation. Let's take it to Cyno and let him decide how to proceed.
Ja, ich glaube, ich weiß, wo das ist.
If Taj really has turned on his honor and committed these terrible acts, then I suspect that he might already be at the Court of Desolation as we speak. I don't want to suspect him, but I also don't know him very well. Maybe Cyno will know what to do.
All right, we'll give these to Cyno and see. Let's go!
Gut. Dann auf zu Cyno. Gucken, ob der schon in der Nähe ist. So, da sind wir auch schon wieder im Aru-Dorf. Da vorne wartet schon Cyno. Hoffen wir mal, dass er vielleicht auch noch ein bisschen was herausgefunden hat. Denn er wollte sich hier ja noch Hinweisen umsehen. Du hast Cyno erzählt, was inzwischen passiert ist.
Well, Cyno, what do you make of it?
Taj. It's been a while since I last saw him. From what I remember, he is a straight-laced man, although he would resort to extreme measures from time to time. he would never do anything against his beliefs.
So do you think he's the one behind all this?
I'm still not sure. I cannot imagine how devastating the incident with Mortada was for him. Nor can I deny the possibility that people can change. Whether it's out of love for his son or for other reasons, we have to see for ourselves to judge him. Or rather, the person he's become.
Jetzt hat die Beweislage deutet auf ihn.
That's right. It's clear that he had a hand in this case, yet he made no report of it. There's no doubting that. That's also why I need to see him. I must ask his reasoning and judge him myself. Time is ticking. Let's go.
Gut. Dann gehen wir zum Ort der Karte. So, hier ist wohl der Ort der Übergabe. Oder zumindest sind wir in der Nähe davon. Weiß nicht, ob es was mit dem Fatui-Lager hier zu tun hat, weil es ist ja clearly hier an der Spitze. So, eigentlich hier. Teleportationspunkt freigeschalten? Unten drunter, okay. Hier? Verwirrt. Ah, da hier unten. Das sind mehr von den Skorpionen. Und die haben geschlafen, es tut mir leid.
Don't touch! Illusion shattered! Fallen Amber, help!
Okay, ja, hier sieht richtig aus. Hier war ich schon mal, glaube ich. So, betritt den Hof des Trübsal. Let's go. Ich denke, wir werden wieder Cyno bekommen. Und ich freue mich drauf. So, hier sind wir auch schon. Wir haben wieder Cyno dazu bekommen.
Are there really any treasures buried here? Oh, Paimon's kinda nervous. Could it be dangerous?
Don't worry. You'll be safe with me.
No. So, let's go. Eine Kiste für uns.
There is no escape.
Na, lass mich doch wechseln. So.
Come into being. Futile.
Die Albedos Ult muss ich mir aufheben für Cyno.
Nowhere to run. Live. Surrender.
Die dauert echt lange zum Aufladen, obwohl ich einen Shogun dabei habe.
Look, these walls have definitely seen better days. Was there some sort of fight here? Let's keep going and see what we can find.
Okay, dann hätten wir die Ult schon mal wenigstens. Bin gespannt. Oh mein Gott, wie cool ist das denn?
Whoa, is it just Paimon? Or did that passageway just rotate? It's not gonna start moving again, is it? Either way, we should be careful.
Oh, die sieht echt krass aus. Was ist das für ein lila Staub hier? Oh, das sieht echt nicht gut aus. Oh, eine Kiste. Eine weitere. Nehme ich gerne mit. Ich kann alle Primogems gebrauchen. Für die neuen Banner. Was haben wir hier? Alter. Okay. Okay, so kommen wir durch.
A passage! Hopefully that's our way in.
Sieht echt cool aus, die Sphäre. Ich finde es immer voll schade, dass solche Sphären einfach dann nur für den Legendenauftrag da sind.
That eye seems to be staring right at us. This place gives Paimon the creeps. You go first.
Alter. Ich finde es immer voll schade, dass solche Sphären immer nur, ja, halt dann für die Legendenaufträge da sind und dann halt gar nicht mehr. Okay, jetzt muss ich es wieder umdrehen, ja? Hab ich das richtig verstanden? Alter, es sieht schon echt hart cool aus.
Come into being. Feel this ancient power.
Your sins weigh upon your soul. You stand condemned.
Okay, also ich muss Cyno definitiv bauen. Das ist ja wundervoll, den sein Schaden. Aber ich meine, jetzt spiele ich den auf C3, glaube ich. Ja. Genau, weil wir haben hier seine Waffe. Die auch echt nice ist. Und ich glaube, Sternbild. Ja, genau, C3. Ich weiß gar nicht, was denn seine Constellations machen. Okay, also C2 ist schon echt nice. Okay, wer ist da vorne? Ist das hier Taj?
Taj.
Also Taj.
Ah, Cyno. It's been some time since I've seen you last.
Ich mag die
Trust you are
Stimme.
doing well. Seeing that you've made it all the way here, you must be on the cusp of wrapping up your investigation, I presume. Even faster than I expected. Is it because you have some new partners now?
That's right. This case is nearly closed. But the most important answer still eludes me. Was it all your doing? Smuggling the canned knowledge? The research of the Court of Desolation?
Yes, it was me.
Then explain why.
That's the difficult part. Let's just say I've changed. I've become a selfish coward who only wants to pursue his own interests.
I find that hard to believe.